Well, this is the Herfy the Hereford. Her real name's Virginia, and this is Agnes the Angus. And, well, she's just an Angus. And that's the bull calf. That's also a Hereford. And he doesn't have a name. But for now, we just call him Buddy. Bee products and sweeteners.
Bee product.
My parents, his grandma, grandpa, they have a dairy farm, and Matthew would help out there. And they currently have dairy cattle moving into the beef end of it a little bit, so Matthew's been around that quite a bit. So he sees his grandparents and his uncle helps over there, so he's been around that, so he must get his interest from that, from seeing it and being there.
I got the money to buy my own cow. I borrowed money from my grandparents' farm, and I borrowed it, worked it off in the summer, and so both of the cattle I own are my own, and they're in my name. Every day, you have to check their water, and you have to check their hay, and if they have all that, then you're all set.
We have a friend from Hamburg there where he helped show cattle with, and he connected us with a guy that's a Hereford breeder, and he was real dead set on getting a Hereford animal. And talked to this fellow a few times, and he worked out a deal with my parents, his grandma, grandpa, and got the finances end of it figured out with him helping out, and he got himself his first animal, and that's all his.
You can do a lot with math, and when you buy stuff with like if you want to buy a tractor or something, you gotta know how much you think it's gonna cost, and then you have to have your point where it's not worth getting it anymore. Yeah, there is a couple days when you feel like just not going to work, but you gotta do it anyway. It's just like any other job. Every once in a while there's a couple days off on the farm where you just go and you can putz on stuff, and it's just a slow day. There's always chores. The only time there isn't chores is if you gotta make some excuse for your dad to do it for you.
Matthew is an amazing guy. I love his sense of humor, for one. He's very passionate about his farming and his Hereford. And he has taught me a lot about farming and tractors and everything that entails. Academically, Matthew learns quickly. Things that he's passionate about, he latches on to.
She's been a tremendous help. She has basically been his cheerleader on the side, and always there to pick him up, lead him on. Any questions? I mean, he will go in there sometimes with stuff that I don't know about, and she'll send me a little message, and I'm like, I'm sorry. And then she helps him get it done. I mean, they get it done. They do it together, and she's just very encouraging and couldn't ask for a better person up there for Matthew.
I love working with parents. We've got such supportive parents, and Matthew's parents are so supportive of Matthew. They are his #1 advocates. They're very supportive of me and the school, and it's just really cool to see that we're all on the same team. We're all striving for the same goal, with Matthew being successful and leading a life for Christ.
My favorite Bible verse is in Matthew chapters 13. It's about the parable of the sower, and I think that ties into the farming, and you have to plant the seed and people, and you also have to plant your crops, and it'll sprout and they'll get bigger. I think that's what happens to people, is if you just plant that seed, I think it can become like a big plant, just like how crops work. If you will indeed obey my commands that I command you today, to love the Lord your God, and to serve him with all your heart and all your soul. He will give the rain for your land in its seasons, an early rain, the later rain, that you may gather in your grain and your wine and your oil. and he will give grass in your fields for your livestock, and you shall eat and be full.
Well, my faith obviously is very important to me, and seeing the faith instilled in these students is also very important. It's really great to be able to talk one-on-one with students and really let them know that Christ not only loves them, but that they were created uniquely and specially, and so everybody has their own strengths and challenges, but we grow through all of that.
I've learned about Jesus. It's around like science, it's in everything. I think that's a good thing because like with public school, or they don't talk about like faith, they don't talk about like God or Jesus. I think that's a good thing if you have your kids know about Jesus and everything they do.
We could easily have sent the kids to public school, but it's nice. It's nice they learn everything about Jesus Christ and being confirmed and everything, all in the same atmosphere. Yeah, sky's the limit with Matthew. Hopefully he follows what he wants, and it'd be cool if he was able to stay with the farming thing and maybe take over with his uncle and the parents and get a beef operation going if that's what his heart desires. And I hope that all works out.
And there's gonna be tough times. Life ain't always fair. Life ain't always easy, but sorry. I feel like I'm talking graduation now. Oh.
Well, one thing I guess I would say to Matthew as he gets older, I mean, sometimes things are difficult to get around, but just stay strong-willed and keep at it. You probably get what you want.
Matthew is very passionate, and so when he puts his heart and mind to something, he is successful. And I am just going to enjoy watching him over the next 5-10 years to see where life takes him, because he's got so much potential, and it's just going to be really fun. Maybe someday he'll even give me a ride on this tractor.
Yep, I am planning on going to college at Hutch. They have a really good agricultural school over there, so that's my dream to go there.
Whether my gift is new creations with my hands, or reading, writing, crunching numbers, working on the land, thinking, speaking, organizing, cultivating, synthesizing, God the Father counts me worthy of his heavenly plans. So I praise you, Lord. Yes, I praise